And a very good evening to you and welcome to the news tonight. I'm Ebere. We're going to the headlines tonight. More road project contractors mobilized to site as dry season sets in. State government takes custody of pregnant mentally challenged teenager. Two suspected drug addicts drown in River Niger evading NDLEA arrest. And on the foreign scene tonight, gunmen kidnap Italian woman, shoots children in Kenya. Now details of the news. At least 1 kilometer of Malinze Ugworie Umike Ezinifite Road will be asphalted before Christmas this year. Governor William Biana announced this while inspecting the project. Government House correspondent Eji Kabana has details.
0.83 Malinze Ugworie Umike Ezinifite road spans is an important access route to communities in the area. Governor Biano said that the contractor was recently mobilized back to site and will complete 1 kilometer asphalting by Christmas.
You can see the contractor has done earthwork for slightly above 1 kilometer, and he's just been paid for another certificate. We have agreed that he will complete fully. Now, when I say complete, I mean asphalting too, 1 kilometer of this road before Christmas.
The Commissioner for Works, Mr. Marcel Ifejiofo, who said that in line with the governor's directive, contractors should go back to site, affirmed that the contractor handling the project have gone back to site and filled about 2.85 kilometers of the road after the rains.
The contractor is Grand Star, so they are mobilized to site according to the directive of His Excellency that all contractors should go back to site, and Grand Star is back to site. What we are seeing now is what they started last week. And we are promising the committee, Your Excellency, that by Christmas, more than 1 kilometer of this road must have been asphalted.
The project manager, Mr. Philip Ewempo, promised to complete asphalting on about 1 kilometer of the road by this Christmas as directed by the governor. Mr. Ewempo said that the road also has a bridge of about 10 meters in length and 10.3 kilometers width, which will connect other communities in the area.
This road has a bridge of about 10 meters length and 10.3 width. And we also, the moment we deliver this 1 kilometer, we'll take care of the bridge so that we can connect the other community and then continue. That's the plan for the project.
Speaking on behalf of the benefiting communities, the Speaker of the State House of Assembly, Barrister Rita Madoago, appreciated the governor for fulfilling his campaign promises to Anambra, stressing the socio-economic importance of the road to the affected communities.
We are telling you today that we are happy. We cannot ask for more. You have done so well, keeping to your campaign promise.
The road was awarded by the Obiano administration in 2017. Ejike Abana, ABS News.
And away from that, the State Ministry of Children and Women Affairs has rescued a heavily pregnant, mentally challenged teenager who was spotted roaming around Enugu-Agidi Junction along Enugu-Onitsha Expressway. The young lady, who should be in her late teens, was spotted at the said junction while the State Commissioner for Children and Women Affairs, Lady Ndidi Mezwe, who was on her way to an important state function. She immediately mandated the evacuation team led by Mr. Nyebuchi and Nedozie to rush to the Enugu-Agidi Junction to effect the evacuation of the young lady. The team immediately swung into action and rescued a scantily clad young lady who was relocated to Community Children Home, Oka, instead of the usual Integer home for the mentally challenged. According to Lady Ndidi, the teenager will be accorded a better care of the Community Children Home and Integer Rehabilitation Center because of her condition. While effort to locate a family has already commenced, the Commissioner equally made adequate arrangements for a psychiatrist to commence evaluation of her mental state and subsequent rehabilitation of the pregnant teen as she awaits her due date of delivery. The State Commissioner for Agriculture, Mechanization and Processing and Export, Mr. Afam Banefo, is called on the 6th IFAD Federal Government Supervision Mission on Value Chain Development Program to include in their 2019 work plan more land development programs to increase farmers' participation and utilization. Mr. Banefo made the appeal when members of the team who are in the state for a 4-day supervision mission called on him in his office in Oka. Our Greek correspondent Ebeleze has more.
Addressing the team, Mr. Mbanefo, while testifying that IFAD VCDP has contributed a lot in support of rice and cassava value chains, urged them to expand scope of mechanization to aid dry season farming.
We have done a lot in agriculture, courtesy of support by agro-friendly governor, Chief Willie Obiano, who has supported us in many ways, and we have put in so much creativity and passion. For example, we had created some sort of ownership of development across every value chain. Anambra rice is one of the best rice so far as we know. Cooperative farmers are increasing, and cluster farm development is increasing astronomically.
The team leader, Mr. Benjamin Okpukpara, who said that the IFAD VCDP worked more in Anambra than other states of the Federation, attributed the success to what he described as Governor Willie Obiano's passion for agriculture. On the fate of farmers when IFAD VCDP winds up, Mr. Okpukpara said, based on the strong institution they have established, which according to him is unique, the farmers can comfortably stand on their own.
The major challenge they have is actually access to road equipment and some other things in this area. The major thing they have in cassava here is that they don't have major off-taker, and that is a big problem for the project, and we'll go back and re-strategize on how to bring in at least an off-taker.
State Program Coordinator IFAD VCDP, Mr. Nnamdi Agwuncha, appealed for additional financing of the project, noting that there are still more to be done in the areas of land development and rural routes to facilitate tractorization and mechanization.
You can see the acceptance of the program. Everybody is talking about value chain because it has transformed many lives, and many more people want to come in to participate and benefit. So I'm encouraging them, and encouraging IFAD to also, listen to us, and then let's have this additional financing.
The team, which later proceeded on field visit, inspected the market infrastructure constructed for IFAD VCDP farmers Ibariam cluster, demonstration and farmer field business school cassava farm at Aguokwe Mbaku, and the youth entrepreneur at Omoro, Orumba North local government area. In their separate speeches, the chairman of Mengwangwa Farmers Group, Mr. Benjamin Onyebuchi, and its secretary, Mrs. Winifred Moore, who identified best agronomic practices in farming as the secret for high yield, noted that IFAD VCDP has launched them on the path of commercial farming. On arrival of the team at Omoho, the Transition Committee Chairman of Orumba North Council area, Mrs. Ifi Obinabo, who spoke through her personal assistant, Ms. Blessing Isioma, while welcoming the team to the council area, thanked them for building the farmers' capacity and supplying them with various farm inputs and facilities. The team inspected different types of products made from pro-vitamin A cassava by the Youth Entrepreneur Farmers Group. These are Ambo bites, chin chin, another type of chin chin, moi moi, and tapioca products from pro-vitamin A cassava from Omo Town Hall in Orumba North local government area. I am Ebele Eze reporting for ABS News.
China is set to build a dance auditorium in the state. The Commissioner for Local Artwork, Culture and Tourism, Mrs. Salim Banefo, who stated this during the EXCO meeting at the EXCO Chambers Government House, Oka, said the project was part of the outcome of the partnership the state initiated with China during their recent visit to the country. Government House correspondent Eji Kabana has details.
Also at EXCO, the Commissioner presented awards recently won by the state government, including an award to Governor Willie Obiano as the most tourism-friendly governor by the private sector, as well as different awards won by the state at the National Council for Arts and Culture, including NAFEST Most Creative Performer, among others. Commissioner Mbanefo said that the ministry has been trying to showcase the rich cultural heritage by Anambra both to the local and international audience, adding that it's in line with Governor Obiano's leadership dynamism.
We have turned our ministry into a walk-in exhibition center, and That is something. So you walk into our ministry, you know that people even come there for tourism, relaxation, because we've created an auditorium, forum downstairs where they have sculptures and relaxation chairs, but essentially you walk in and every wall is decked with beautiful artworks from indigenous artists from Anambra State.
Receiving the awards, Governor Obiano, who commended the ministry for its achievements in so short a time under Commissioner Salim Banefo, noted that it is a motivation to do more work and urged the commissioner to maintain the tempo.
I saw a lot of videos on the makeover in that place. I commend that immensely. The gallery should start to set up very critical ideas, you know, so you're adding value to the system.
The awards-winning troupe was also presented to the governor. From the Exco Chambers Government House, Oka, Ejike Abana, ABS News.
Moving on, the State Police Command has re-emphasized its stand to prosecute offenders who scorn the ban on motorcycles in all designated areas across the state. The State Commissioner for Police, Mr. Garba Umar, stated this during a courtesy call on the traditional ruler of Obosi in Idemili North Local Government Area, Igwe Chidubem Iweka. Mr. Umar, who said that any police officer caught riding motorcycle across the state will be arrested and made to face the full wrath of the law, adding that the police and other security agencies are not above the law. Mr. Umar, who noted that following the ban on motorcycles in some designated places in the state, the command has noticed the upswing of motorcycles in the said areas, reminding the public that the ban still stands while driving of motorcycles after 7 o'clock in all parts of the state is still prohibited. The police commissioner called on the public and journalists to report any police officer and other security agents driving motorcycle to the command headquarters. On the spot, the traditional ruler of Obosi, Igwe Iweka, acknowledged that the ban on the use of the motorcycle is a great achievement in the security sector of the state and pleaded for the sustainability of the initiative, especially in Obosi, to curtail the high rate of crime in the area. We're going for a short break, and when we return, two suspected drug addicts drown in River Niger, evading NDLEA arrest. And on the foreign scene, gunmen kidnap Italian woman, shoot children in Kenya. The news returns in a moment. Please join us again.
Feel the drama on stage, the energy. 1929 Aba Women's Riots, the aftermath. A theatrical explosion, a stage play titled August Meeting. A movement by Choma Onyewe, written by Paul Ubede, directed by Kenneth Ufofo. Live stage play, date November 29, 2018. Time 6 p.m. Venue Marble Arc Hotel, Oka. Admission 1,000 naira. For tickets and inquiry, visit www.augustmeeting.com or call 0809 8387 837. You can also get your tickets at Anambra Broadcasting Service, Aroma Junction, Oka. August Meeting. See you there.
Good to have you back. Moving on to our national stories. Luck ran out of two alleged drug addicts in Lokoja when the men of National Drug Law Enforcement Agency and the NDLEA swapped on the joint code bunk behind Moremi, where they buy and smoke marijuana, also known as weeds. It was gathered that on a tip-off from members of the public, the men of the NDLEA swapped in and raided the hideout. However, an eyewitness disclosed that the suspect, on sighting the NDLEA men, took to their heels and the officers gave chase, and while 4 of the suspects were apprehended, 2 others jumped into the River Niger and Benue. They were, however, trapped by fishermen's net and got drowned. The eyewitness further explained that 2 of the apprehended suspects were twin brothers who claimed to be upcoming music artists, though they belonged to a clique of drug addicts. It also was learned that those who escaped later regrouped and launched an attack on Adankolo police station, believing that it was the place that killed their colleagues. When newsmen visited the police station, it was deserted as the officers had taken off for fear of their lives. However, at the Nigerian police headquarters in Lokoja, it was gathered that the operation was by the NDLEA and not the police. One of the officers who spoke on condition of anonymity said the suspect erroneously thought the operation was carried out by the police, and that was why they attacked the police station in the vicinity. Investigations revealed that some of the boys were carrying arms and were still threatening fire and brimstone, which led to pandemonium and apprehension in Andankolo community, as the boys, who were said to be cultists, are highly dreaded in the area. And on business news tonight, the Nigerian Agricultural Quarantine Service (NAQS) has expressed fear over the use of sniper in the preservation of beans, explaining that it would hinder the lifting of ban on Nigeria's beans. In a statement, the head of media unit, NAQS, Dr. Chigoziwodo, stated that the substance in question is dangerous to health if misapplied as a pesticide, and it is capable of causing death if inhaled or ingested in sufficient quantities. He explained that the compound can bind the lung or kidney and may become carcinogenic and should not come in contact with any edible material that would eventually be ingested by human beings. Mr. Wodo regretted that the sniper beans issued arose at a time when NAQS was close to achieving the lifting of EU ban on Nigerian beans, and should not undermine government's effort, because this is capable of sending the wrong signals our agro-commodities trading partners in the international market. And on entertainment news tonight, Jamaica is bidding to have reggae music admitted to a list of global cultural treasures worthy of protection. The UN's cultural agency UNESCO has announced Paris-based UNESCO keeps a list of so-called intangible heritage found around the globe, which groups together traditional cultural practices such as horse games in Central Asia to pizza making in Naples. Jamaica has asked for reggae to be added this year at a meeting of the UN agency on island of Mauritius, where 40 proposals are set to be considered from November 26 to December 1st. So far, 399 examples of world heritage, including dances, food-making practices, boat building, games, festivals, and even Khwazin rituals for camels in Mongolia, have been added. A successful application is largely symbolic, but can serve to raise the profile of the country and the practice. Other applications this year have been filed for the Irish game of hurling, the making of perfume, and the French town of Grasse, and traditional wrestling in South Korea known as Syriam. Reggae emerged in the late 1960s in Jamaica and quickly became a global phenomenon thanks to singers such as Bob Marley and Jimmy Cliff and the famed producer Les Scratch Perry. The music, with its heavy bass line and drums, has influenced countless artists since and spawned new sounds such as dope. And the four insane gunmen have kidnapped an Italian volunteer worker and wounded 5 others, including young children, as they opened fire in Kenya's coastal region of Kilifi, police said. The unidentified attackers, armed with AK-47 rifles, fired indiscriminately at residents in the Chakama Trading Center in Kilifi County, about 80 kilometers west of Malindi town, the National Police Service said. The wounded included a 10-year-old who was shot in the eye and a 12-year-old who was hit in the thigh. Police said, adding that they were all taken to hospital, with one in serious condition. The motive for the attack is not yet clear, police said, as officers were pursuing the attackers. Suspected members of Al-Shabaab, an armed group based in neighboring Somalia, have launched several attacks in recent months in which Kenyan soldiers have been killed. But those attacks have also taken place in Lamu County, which is north of Kilifi and borders Somalia. The armed group was also responsible for the 2013 attack on a shopping mall in the capital, Nairobi, in which nearly 70 people were killed. Somali-based fighters have been blamed in the past for a spate of kidnappings and foreigners along Kenya's coast. Kenya said it was prompted to send troops to Somalia in 2011 to fight Al-Shabaab after the kidnappings of 4 foreigners. One of the foreigners, a cancer-stricken quadriplegic French woman kidnapped off a Kenyan resort island, died in captivity in Somalia. Al-Shabaab has since carried out numerous attacks in Kenya, saying it is vengeance for the country's troop presence in Somalia. And on sports news tonight, Super Eagles coach Gene Roy has revealed that he will announce the country's provisional roster for the African Cup of Nations as from April 2019. The German noted that there's only one window for international matches prior to next year's AFCON and has stressed the need to start preparations immediately. He explained that he would give the first list of 35 players and then the final list of 23. Roy said they have the opportunity to start the preparation, and the match tomorrow is the first preparation for the AFCON. The AFCON will hold in Cameroon from 15 June to 13 July 2019, with 24 countries participating. And that's it on ABS Television News tonight. Remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by logging onto our website, www.absradiotv.com. Like us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/ABS Radio Television. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram at ABS Radio TV. And just before we go tonight, a quick reminder of our top stories. More road project contractors have mobilized the site as dry season sets in. State government has taken custody of pregnant, mentally challenged teenager. 2 suspected drug addicts have drowned in River Niger, evading NDLEA arrest. And on the foreign scene, we brought to you that gunmen have kidnapped Italian women and shot children in Kenya. That's the size of our package tonight. Many thanks for joining the bulletin. I'm Ebere Ugunna.